I'm like grieving the death of my old life that I love so much.
I will do my best to come make you happy, okay?
Okay, well, I am going to try to be happy.
Last night, Nicole arrived in Egypt. This morning, she's already having a bit of a crisis. Mahmoud is making promises to try his best to make her happy, and Nicole's making promises to try her best to be happy. So, how long do you think this will last?
I'm still worried that my time in Egypt will be isolating, and I really need to find a way to be myself here, because otherwise I need to leave.
Now, surprisingly, despite being super awkward in parts, in this episode, we really get to see Nicole and Mahmoud rise to the challenge and actually keep their promises to each other. But will it be enough to stop Nicole from running back to America? When we left the couple in the last episode, Nicole had just arrived in Egypt and the pair had pretty much argued every single time they were alone together. Nicole was already feeling very uncomfortable.
The first night we have like a lot of fight, but today when we wake up, it was so good to be like around my wife. She kissed me when I wake up.
While Mahmoud seems to have recovered just fine the next morning and is floating around in marital bliss, Nicole, on the other hand, well, she's having a much harder time adjusting. This is already very overwhelming for her.
It's like really... I'm already really homesick.
The truth is, Nicole is waking up in a foreign country after a rough night. I think we can give her a little bit of leeway here. She's allowed a little cry. But it does bring into focus the weight, the seriousness of her decision. Now, whether it's female intuition or maybe just that Nicole's taking an awfully long time in the bathroom, Mahmoud's mum can sense that something might not be right here. Nicole might be in need of a bit of TLC. So she repeatedly prompts her son to go and check up on his wife.
أقول لك نيكول شوفها اتأخرت في الحمام ليه؟ راح نيكول اتأخرت لكم.
Nicole!
شوفها اتأخرت لك في الحمام.
And when Nicole finally makes it out of the bathroom, Mahmoud takes this opportunity to sit down with his wife and try and figure out what's going on.
Man, I just think I'm like homesick already.
It's okay, my love. You have me now.
No, but like we fight all the time. And it's just like I just hope we can figure it out. That's all.
Okay, my love. I will take care of that, okay?
I can see Mahmoud trying his best to comfort her, but it just doesn't feel right. In fairness, it's probably because of his English skills, but the way he says, "I will help you get over that," makes it seem like it's just Nicole's problem. But in reality, their relationship issues are both of their problems.
Of course, I don't like Nicole be that sad. I hate that because how much I love her of his income. I'm like, oh my God, she will be, maybe she's now think, oh, I should leave again.
Look, it's obvious that Mahmoud isn't the best at comforting someone, and suddenly it starts to make sense why. Instead of sympathising with Nicole and trying to help her deal with what she's feeling, he himself is overcome with panic and fear that his wife is going to leave him again. He's clearly carrying the scars from the last time it happened, and we already know that Mahmoud's been on edge since the moment Nicole landed, because he's mentioned her leaving about 1,000 times already.
Because maybe tomorrow you wake up, oh, I hate Egypt, I need to leave now. I don't want every time like we have fight, you always cry, you always sad. It's not good, like for you or me.
I think it's like fairly natural to have some tears once in a while.
But what Mahmoud needs to realise is when his wife is sitting and crying on the bed, it's his ability to comfort her that's going to make all the difference in the world. Mahmoud needs to be Nicole's rock. He needs to be her support system in this world that she doesn't know. And maybe not just accuse her of crying all the time. And in a way, and I don't mean this from the sense that, oh, she's in pain, but in a way, it's kind of nice to see Nicole express some emotion. Up until now, she's been very composed, almost robotic. So seeing this emotional side of her, it's actually quite refreshing.
But I want to be here. I chose to be here. And that's not like I'm blaming you for anything. I did that.
Okay, my love.
To be with you. But don't feel like you're to blame.
Don't feel like you're to blame, says Nicole. Isn't that interesting to watch? Mahmoud seems to be feeling a bit guilty here that Nicole's uprooted her life for him. but she's miserable because of it. But it's interesting how it's Nicole that's comforting Mahmoud. She's trying to make him feel better, when it should actually be the other way around.
I'm like grieving the death of my old life that I love so much.
I will do my best to come make you happy, okay?
Okay, well, I am going to try to be happy.
That's it. That's what we need to hear from them both right now. Nicole has a lot that she needs to let go of from her old life. And Mahmoud needs to understand that she might get emotional as she processes that. As a good husband, he just needs to support her.
Today I'm trying to take Nicole out around the neighborhood to feel more comfortable. And I hope she likes that.
That's a good idea, Mahmoud. We know that back home, Nicole is a very independent lady. So here in Egypt, not even being able to go out and order herself a coffee must make her feel very claustrophobic. If she's to stand any chance of living in Egypt, she needs to start feeling at home in her own neighbourhood at least. Maybe a tour around the block is exactly what the doctor ordered. That is, if she can get out of the door. I'm getting the impression that Nicole has some pretty shocking time management skills.
Oh yeah, let's
Is this
go.
okay?
Yeah, my love.
Okay.
هي عزلها يوم على ما بتجهز.
Note how Nicole is checking with Mahmoud to make sure that her outfit is okay. It makes me think that she's still not clear in her own mind what is or isn't permissible. Mahmoud seems totally fine with today's outfit choice, but I'd love to know what's the difference between this outfit compared to what she wore when she got off the plane. It's no wonder that Nicole's so confused. Now, as for Mahmoud's mum, we get to see how she's sitting and watching Nicole closely. I can't quite read the expression on her face. Is she just entertained by Nicole running around and trying to find her shoes? Or is she concerned by Nicole's outfit choice? It feels to me like she's maybe biting her tongue, like she really wants to say something. Maybe that's something that will come up in future episodes.
I love you so much.
I love you.
I love you more than anything,
You
honey.
told me you love me like 100 times today. See?
I love you. Yeah, see? I always do, honey.
So the pair are out for their walk, and within seconds, I'm not sure how much more of this I can take. Does anyone else find the love bombing a bit much? Is that really what two people in love do? Because it makes me think that these are two very insecure people trying to convince themselves they're in love. Either way, when Nicole sees a cafe she's interested in going to, she asks Mahmoud if they can go in. Mahmoud appears to be very uncomfortable, but I can't help but notice. Take a look at all the people in the background. All eyes seem to be on them.
Can we go in?
I don't know if like more loud.
Let's just try.
Okay,
I just want to
Mila.
sit down.
Okay,
Is that
honey.
okay?
Let's we do.
Are all of these stares because of the camera crew, or do you think Nicole's presence is really drawing all of that attention? Mahmoud seems like he's tiptoeing around Nicole, eager not to make her unhappy. But he explains to her that in Egypt, some places are just for men. It would be very peculiar to see a woman seated there. That said, he's willing to try and let Nicole have her way.
Okay, let's we try. مساء النور. بقول لك عادي لو المدام قعدت ولا هيبقى في مشكلة؟ ماشي تسلم. لا أنا بس عشان كلام. تسلم. شكرا.
This is proof that you don't know until you try. Mahmoud needs to maybe be a bit more daring. He needs to challenge and change his preconceptions about how they'll be received. After all, he's not married to an Egyptian woman, so maybe people are more relaxed about what foreigners can do or wear. That being said, Mahmoud does explain how the very fact that Nicole is sat in that cafe has apparently just changed the entire ambience of the setting. It's gone from casual, when there's just men there, to now, because there's a lady, it's apparently very formal. Custom apparently dictates that men must speak differently when there's a lady present.
But if me and my friend, we be more free, like, oh, like, say some, like,
You say that?
Yeah, it's like, it's have more fun.
Can I meet your friend sometime?
Nicole's shock that Mahmoud swears is so funny. She obviously enjoys this laid-back side of him. The way how Mahmoud explains how men act around each other in Egypt is probably more like the friendship dynamic Nicole is used to with her own friends back at home. Suddenly, there's a ray of light. Maybe she can have friends like that in Egypt too. Maybe she can meet Mahmoud's friends. Is that possible, Mahmoud?
I don't think this can happen.
No?
No way. You know, I never met any friend wife.
Really?
It's something about respect each other.
That answer leaves Nicole very disappointed. I mean, yes, she's already seen firsthand through her sister-in-law that it's apparently weird for females to have friends outside the family. Yet she was making progress with Mahmoud. The fact that they're sat here right now is proof that maybe it could happen if Mahmoud wanted it to. So she tries again. What's the worst that would happen, she asks. Like, what would happen if you asked to meet your friend's wife?
Would they like kill you if you called and said you wanted to meet their wife?
Oh, he said, oh, you. Don't ever call me again.
I'm in shock. What am I seeing here? Is that a laugh? So far since she's arrived in Egypt, Nicole hasn't even cracked a smile. This is a big milestone, and Mahmoud can't believe his luck. This seems to be a whole different Nicole.
Yesterday I was really sad, but today I'm going to try and be more present here in Egypt and loosen up and feel more comfortable and just enjoy myself actually a little bit.
To see these two acting like a normal couple for once is so good to see. They've both been so miserable on the show together so far. And sensing that this might be her best opportunity, Nicole continues to press Mahmoud to meet his friends.
I just think maybe we could have like dinner at least like one time since I'm new to Egypt and everything. It is important to me to know your friends, like just to meet them.
Mahmoud is not comfortable with this. He's tried his best to explain to Nicole why it can't happen, but Nicole is refusing to take no for an answer, so she tries a different approach. Okay, Mahmoud, she says, you've told me about your culture, but here's how things would work where I'm from. I'm an American girl, and right now, your actions back home would seem a bit suspicious.
If you were American and you wouldn't let me meet your friends, I would think you were hiding something from me.
Really?
Yes.
No, I don't have something.
Now, as unexpected as it is, and I certainly wasn't holding my breath here, but there's something about this argument that seems to resonate with Mahmoud. He's surprised by what Nicole's just revealed. Maybe he feels the need to prove he's not hiding anything from her. Perhaps he's extra keen to keep her happy, especially as she's already talking about being homesick. Or maybe just sitting at the cafe has proved to him he can challenge his preconceptions. But whatever the reason, Mahmoud relents. He agrees to let Nicole meet his friends.
Let's meet my friend.
Thank you.
I'm not that excited, and I'm sure it's not going to be comfortable for anyone. Just only this time, honey, okay? And never ever ask that again, okay?
Okay.
Mahmoud wants to be clear. This is a one-off. I'll do it, and I want to make you happy, Nicole. But never ask me again. So yeah, there is some progress there, but it also comes with a hard limit. A limit that he readily accepts. Lots of people don't have to follow, but he, his friends and his family, well, they're conservative and they do need to follow the rules.
They didn't care, it's like, because they grew up like that, it's normal. But me and my friend, how we grew up is more serious and it's not normal.
Now, when we join them that evening on the way to the restaurant to meet Mahmoud's friends, we get a sense as to just how big a deal this is for Mahmoud. He's very, very nervous. It's way out of his comfort zone. One of the reasons why he's so concerned is because he's worried his friends may not even speak to Nicole, because they may see talking to Nicole as being disrespectful to Mahmoud.
There's no need for you to get nervous. We're just normal, like we're having dinner with some friends.
But maybe they like act like normal Egyptian, but maybe you feel like, oh, they're rude to you or something.
Now, remember how we said Nicole might not be very good at timekeeping? Yeah, it turns out they've just turned up to the restaurant an hour late. No wonder Mahmoud's so nervous. It's not exactly the best first impression, but to their credit, as out of the ordinary as this is for them, his friends are willing to give Nicole a chance.
حد خفيف على القلب زي ما بيقولوا كده، ولكن احنا كنا متوترين.
No problem.
This whole meeting is super awkward, but I will say one thing. Credit to Nicole because she takes the initiative to try and break the ice, to try and initiate conversation. That takes guts, especially considering all the hurdles in her way.
Is it okay if I ask your friends how they know you?
Okay, go ahead, honey.
How do you all know each other?
Same city.
Same city.
That was a rough start, but we're getting there. They're stumbling through. Nicole doesn't give up, and she asks a great question to try and get the boys to loosen up. Now, because there is a language barrier, ultimately, Mahmoud, acting as a translator, has the ability to veto or edit the questions in order to make them more suitable for his friends' ears, which in this scenario seems to be working in their favour.
عايز تسأل انتوا ايه كانت فكرتكم لما محمود قال ان هو هيتجوز امريكيه؟
عايزين نتجوز مجدي.
Oh, Mahdi say he wanna marry from America.
Oh, ask Mahmoud about that if you really want that.
Okay, we've got a back and forth happening here, people. They're actually engaged in dialogue. But hold your horses, because just as you think things are going great, suddenly Mahmoud, who is suddenly feeling more and more comfortable, says something Nicole immediately picks up on.
مجانين.
Not me. Not me.
Not me?
Not me, crazy.
My wife not crazy. مراتي مش مجنونة, but كلهم مجانين.
Mahmoud has just put his foot in it. It seems he got a bit too comfortable. Now again, I am no Arabic expert, so I'm not sure if he's calling American women fools, if he's calling his friends fools, I don't quite know. But either way, things suddenly get very awkward, both with his friends and also with Nicole. Nicole has that look that we're all beginning to recognise.
You know what means this look when she's looked like that?
I feel like kind of a little like uncomfortable.
I know.
And here it is. Mahmoud did predict that it might get uncomfortable, and so it seems he was right. But at this point, just getting up and walking out on his friends is probably going to make matters even worse. Nicole needs to just suck it up and get through the night, but the fact that she's bringing it up at the table in the middle of dinner has made Mahmoud nervous again.
I just want to leave, actually. Now I know that I need to listen to my husband when he says that, you know, these things aren't normal, because he's right. It was awkward, and now I don't think we need to do that again.
Pick any random person off the streets of Cairo, and Nicole, they probably could have told you that, but hey, Nicole felt like she had to try. And the truth is, along the way, as she learns to adjust to Egyptian life, she's probably going to learn a few hard lessons like this. That is, if she sticks around.
I'm still worried that my time in Egypt will be isolating, and I really need to find a way to be myself here, because otherwise I need to leave.